thought it would be a good idea to show you guys all the kit that I used on my last Africa tour. First of all, the jacket. I used the Rakar Maxus. Extremely good jacket. Now, I would have preferred to use my Enduro kit, but as we are limited to 40 liters only, and I knew that we're going to have some rain, and boy was I actually justified in taking this, because the first 2 days was just horrendous. Now, when things heated up, which eventually they did, very easy. You just open up this vent here, open up the back vents, as you can see there, and it cooled down. Plus, took out the internal lining, which I will show you now. Here's the lining, which is extremely warm in winter, and it's easy to remove it. Just a couple of buttons here and the zips here, and then you remove it. The trousers were my trusty Armas, best kit in the world in my view. And to get some ventilation, you open that zip, and in almost 20 hours of rain, the jacket and trousers never leaked. However, the jacket, because I didn't get the there is a extra bit for and zips to the neck, I forgot to include that, so eventually some water started to drip in the jacket, but that was fine. It didn't bother me at all. Now, in my view, a technical layer is the best thing that you can have with you when you go touring. This is the Force Field Be Cool, and I never ever tour without this technical layer. It has a trouser as well, and it just, the way it works is magical. What happens is that you start to sweat, the technical layer will move the sweat away, and it acts like aircon. The minute you move, you feel how cool it is. Plus, you have the added advantage when you finish touring, mosquitoes are not going to bite your arm there. And I also used their neck tube, and this will act as a dust shield, so you cover your nose. Plus, it keeps you cool and keeps you dry and all that stuff. Really incredible stuff, guys. I would highly recommend this stuff. As for gloves, I took 3 gloves with me. The Rocca Rhythm, or Rhythmi, sorry. And the Rocca Virium. And my Alpine Stars MX gloves. Now, I ended up using this only on a couple of days because it's really a medium glove. It's not rainproof, and it's not a summer glove. So only, I think, on the first day and on another day I used it. The Virium was incredible because that's what I used when it was raining on the first 2 days. Kept me dry, kept me warm. Plus, with the heated grips on the GS, it worked very, very well. And then all other days, I reverted to my trusty MX gloves, because basically, as if you're wearing nothing. I really like these, and I've been doing my enduro trips for years with them, and they're still like almost brand new. The boots were the City Adventure. I bought them specifically for this tour, and wow, what a boot. Incredibly comfortable, and this is what I was telling all the riders when we were there, because most of them had these one-piece boots, and I believe only City have a patent on the hinge, as you can see here, and that hinge makes a huge difference for comfort. On the first 2 days, with that extremely heavy rain, most riders had gallons of water in their boots, and they were just pouring it out. Not a single drop on these Cities. Incredible boot, and very, very comfortable and light, which is surprising because I've got the Crossfires for my enduro, and they're at least twice as heavy as this. It's really an incredible boot. As for the helmet, I specifically bought the AGV AX8 Dual Evo carbon helmet for this tour because I wanted something that will work with a visor, and then you can remove the visor and have goggles plus the beak, which is really important. What can I say? I love this helmet. It is so light, it's less than a kilogram. So over a whole day's riding, or in that case 17 days, you forget that it is on. Now, two things about it. The so-called AGV anti-fog will last for about an hour in rain, and then it will fog up like mad. But what I found is that because the visor is so tall here, you can ride with it this way and it doesn't actually interfere with your vision. And I really loved that. It was really good. Even in heavy rain, I rode with it like this, and hardly any rain went in. The other thing I wish is that if the beak was a bit longer, because when you're doing these adventure tours or enduro or whatever, you want that sun shield as such. Plus, I used it once with goggles, and the goggles really bothered me because I don't know whether it is the shape of the helmet or... I mean, I use these goggles with my Aero carbon helmet and they work perfectly, but with this one they were pinching my nose, and I found out that I had to breathe from my mouth a lot, and that is, for me, is a no-no. It just dries your mouth, you get all the dust and so on. But other than that, it is a fantastic helmet. Highly recommended. These are the goggles I used, the Oakley Mayhem, which I use on my enduro tours. Love them, very comfortable and flexible, but I don't know why with the AGV they just pinched my nose from here. I think the fact, maybe the way that it sat on the AGV, it did this and not that. In any case, I didn't mind the shield, the visor. It was perfect. As for recording the whole trip, I used two systems. One is this system, which plugs into one of the power banks, which I will show you. It was a 6700 milliampere power bank and a 1 to 8 gig card in the Hero 4 in this one. And this plugs into, I think they call it the auxiliary port here, and powers it up until the power bank is gone, basically. And that gave me about 8 hours of recording. Now, the whole idea was to use this one when it was raining, because it's fully waterproof, and use this one here, which works with the 3 Plus, and this adapter plugs where the battery is, but obviously it needs this opening here. And I thought I will use this one when it stopped raining, but it was so dusty, I used only this one for a day and then reverted back to this. I like this because it's a lot more compact. This one is a bit big, but it didn't really bother me. And this system is perfect for such tours, guys. Using Anker power bank, which is so small, as you can see, 6700, and that gives you a whole day's recording on a 1 to 8 gig card, and it worked flawlessly. I had that in a Kriega Cube on my harness, and it just worked incredible. It was actually connected to the Kriega Camelback Hydra Pack, whatever they call it. And this thing, the Kriega Hydra Pack, is something I never leave home without. 3 liters of water, keeps you hydrated. I always connect another Kriega 5 liter to it, or is this a 10 liter? I can't know, 10 liter. And I put my passport and valuables in here. I can put a couple of energy bars in there, and an extra power bank in case mine ran out. It's so comfortable, you forget that it is on your back, and most importantly, keeps you hydrated.